Hello guys, and this is the Russian Genius, and welcome to this video. I am gonna be showing you a pretty cool flourish that is quite difficult to do, but it is a little bit challenging and fun to practice. The flourish looks like this. The card is flicked inside the deck, and then you boom, just like that. Let me show you this once again. So there are a few steps to the flourish. You first flick the card inside, and then you close it, and then you do this spin and flip it. So I want to show you this once again, and then we will move on into the tutorial. So it's a pretty cool flourish. You can even do something like that. You can put it in and then boom, just like that. So let's move on into the tutorial. This is a little bit of a complicated flourish, but you should be able to do it. A lot of the moves that I'm gonna be teaching is gonna be in the description because I have taught them before. This flourish involves the bullet, flicker, and then it involves this move. If you can't do this move, then you can do it like this. And originally I learned this move and this move. I think I learned it from Chris Angel on one of his performances, but I have done a tutorial of that as well. Let me go into the explanation and how you can do this flourish. So try to follow along. It's gonna be a fun tutorial, I hope. First, what you're going to do is you are going to perform the Chinese deal, I believe it's called. It looks like that. Typically, I do it with a pinky break, but you can also do it without a pinky break. Once you are in this position, you are going to be doing a flourish, which is quite knacky, but it looks like that. And then you get the card to the top of the deck. This flourish is made by Andre Zich, and here's basically how you do it. I have made a more in-depth tutorial, but here's a brief explanation. As you can see, the index finger is at the bottom, and I am going to swivel it around. I'm going to grab it by my index finger and middle finger, and I'm going to rotate it like this. What I'm doing is I'm crossing my fingers. So I'm crossing my fingers. If you want to make it look more difficult, then you can turn the wrist down, the palm down, and then when you do this, when you place it on top of the deck, then you can turn the palm face up. And the reason for why you can do it is because then it looks a little bit better when done in speed. So like this. It looks a little bit more, you know, like fancy, I guess you could say. Once you are in this position, you are going to grab this and you're going to do flicker, just like that. Or what you can do is you can grab it between the two fingers and then you can rotate it like this if you want to. Either way works. Here is how to do flicker if you don't know how to do it. Link in the description for flicker as well. You're going to grab the card like this, kinda in the mechanic's grip, and then your index finger is going to go there and the middle finger is going to go there. So basically, right now I am clipping the card between these two fingers, the index finger and the middle finger, and then I am going to... This is kinda complicated to explain, but basically I am taking it with the ring finger and then with the pinky. This is kinda, I don't know if it's my version because I kinda do it the wrong way, I believe it's done a little bit differently, but I don't know. You know, you take it and then you do that, you cross the fingers, and then you go around and you place it in this position, and then you go around once again, and I like to use my thumb to help. And then this. Once you are in this position, you are going to take the card and you're going to put it in the back palm like this. Originally, this back palm card shot was done like this. Originally, it was done like this, I believe, with the ring finger. Or the original way of doing it is by doing it like this. But a few years ago I learned to do the back palm card shot like this with the pinky and the thumb, and it seems to be easier that way. Originally I believe I saw Chris Angel do it like this, or he did it like this. But if you want to do it, then I recommend that you do it like this, between the pinky and the thumb. Let me do it once again. You take the card like this. You are in this position, and then I take the card, I grab it like this, and I simply place it in this position. And now I am putting tension on the card with my index finger and my middle finger. I am simply lifting up those two fingers like this, and I'm putting tension on the card. And now the most important thing to do this shot successfully is, first of all, of course, practice, but let go of the pinky. Just like, look at my pinky, right? You let go of the pinky and the card shoots out, pops out. It's not as difficult as people think it is. All you have to do is you put pressure up with these fingers and you put pressure down with the thumb, and then you simply let go with the pinky, and that happens. That's what I wanted to say. I wanted to explain this movement in a little bit more detail because not a lot of people are able to do it. A lot of people have problems with it. But here's what you do. Once you are in this position, you're gonna do the one-handed Charlier cut, or any one-handed cut you want, and you are going to throw this bastard inside. Boom! Just like that, Joker. And here's what you're going to do. You're going to collapse the deck, and your ring finger is going to get a break. So once again, quite simple. You do this, and then your ring finger is going to go inside, you put in ring finger, and then your middle finger is going to come there. And what you're going to do is you are going to kinda curl your fingers again. So look, my fingers, I curl them around and this happens. Or I think I'm doing that at least. Let's see. My finger is there, alright, it's in focus, and then I boom, just like that. And here's the tricky part. This is easier to do with a little bit more cards than this, and this is a little bit easier to do with an old deck, slightly used. So now you are here, and what you're going to do is you're going to put pressure with the middle finger towards the deck like this. So this is, I hope this is a good explanation. If you like it, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe if you have not. But like that, and then my middle finger is pointing, it's putting pressure upwards, and then I let go of the ring finger. And I like to do this motion a little bit because then you're able to flip it around, and you are not flipping it 180 or 360, but you're flipping it 540, I think it's called. So like this, boom, and then boom, like that, and then you catch it with one hand. Let me try to see if I am able to do it almost. Wait, let me try it once again, just like that. Why are the cards flying everywhere? So that is basically the move, and you can practice it on the couch, you know, anywhere you want. It's a difficult move, and try doing it with different decks, because you are gonna be able to do it with some decks. Some decks are like not as new, like this one. This deck is a little bit older, but it's not too old that it has crimps everywhere. It's not too ruined. So for that reason, I'm actually able to do that, and it looks quite sick actually. It looks nice. So like this, and then there, throw it in, index finger gets in the way, that little bastard, and then the middle finger twirls it around, and now my thumb is grabbing the deck. I'm grabbing the deck at the tip of the thumb almost, the packet, and I put pressure, and then I basically do that, and it lands, you know, on top of the deck. This move is quite difficult to do. I recommend doing it with older decks. If you're doing it with a new deck, it is going to be really difficult to do. At least the last part is difficult to do with a new deck. So I recommend doing this part with an old deck. Let me do it one last time and you can try to follow along. So you do the Chinese deal like this, and then you are going to twist it around like this, come back, and then I grab the card and I do the flicker like this, and then I twist it back around, grab it with my ring finger, and like this, and I like to use my thumb to put it in position, and then I take it like that, and now I am going to do the move. I do the one-handed cut, throw it inside, put my ring finger in there, and now I twirl it around, and then I'm going to put pressure and flip it over 540 degrees. It's actually easier to do this in speed because I don't know why. It's easier to do the last part in speed without failing. I don't know why. Like, this part is easier to do in speed rather than doing it step by step and then stopping at one moment. So in speed, you know, it looks like this. You throw this inside, and as you can see, I am cutting half of the deck. I'm not cutting more than half of the deck, right? And the reason for why I do that is because it's easier to do this with half of the deck rather than the entire deck of cards. So thank you guys for watching. I really hope that you enjoy this. One last thing that I want to say before I leave is that if you want, you can do the one-handed triple cut, the one-handed triangle triple cut like this, and then you can do the flourish, and then you can do this move, which I just failed. Let me do it once again. So you can do this, and then you can do, you need to cut really little of the cards, and then you can do the one-handed triangle, do that, this, and just like that. That's what you can do if you want to. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoy this. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you have not. Check out my second channel somewhere there. I think you will enjoy some of the content. Comment below if you watched until the ending. I really appreciate it. And I will see you guys in my next video.